So, right now, we are experiencing Jupiter stationing direct. And the energy that I've felt around it is, and I just got sort of reflected back to me by a friend this morning, is like hitting rock bottom in some sense. And I've experienced this over the last, especially week and a half or so, where things have felt like they're going really deep down, and like things are falling apart that I had sort of been pretty deeply invested in, and other gateways are starting to open. It's almost like I'm being pulled under, you know, to like a deeper starting place, deeper than the shallows. So on top of this Jupiter stationing direct, this full moon is happening on top of Saturn, and so the sun will be opposing Saturn, and the moon will also be right there next to Saturn. And Saturn is this like heavy, limiting, defining, it's almost like a testing energy. Saturn is the last of the visible planets, and it's thought to be that before we can reach the transpersonal planets, which are the energies of like intuition and electricity and that sort of like radical freedom associated with Uranus, the sort of like dreamlike, intuitive, meditative, spiritualized awareness that's associated with Neptune, and the like sort of like chthonic, dark, powerful energy that's associated with Pluto. We have to first have our Saturnine like life structure together, and so that has to do with like real world stuff like money, like structures, commitments, having time management like together, so that our sort of like the underlying structure or backdrop to our lives is not gonna like miss, you know, if some sort of energy wants to come in or come through, it doesn't like, there's not some sort of like, you know, disconnect. And so one of the ways that I like to explain this is that the Saturn return is really influential for people around their 29th to 31st birthday, where they undergo Saturn returning to their natal position, and it's talked about like God's knee being on your chest, being like, get your stuff together, you know? Like, get things together, get to work, you know, on the things you really care about. Yeah. And so this full moon especially could be experienced in that sort of like heavily structured way. Like, are we putting in the work on the things that we really care about? Are we limiting ourselves to those things that really matter, that we like, you know, really feel committed to, you know? And if we are, then it should be like a nice little level up.